I'm gutted. Today was MOT day for our black Golf. You've seen all the work that we've put in on this car and it's failed. So you've seen all the work we've done. We've done a huge amount of work on the engine. We've done the brake lines and so many other things as well. And you've seen in all the videos that we've done, I always jack the car up on the front engine mount. That is the way that I like to jack the car. It's the safest way. It doesn't put any stress on certain areas of the car. And then when I do, I support it under the front subframe on the wishbone bolts. That just keeps all the weight sort of in a really, really strong structural area. The car has been in the garage 90% of last year, between the last MOT and this one, on the axle stands, and on the MOT it's come back as a failure on, they call it the jacking point. It's not a jacking point, it's like a cup which is just a factory part from the car, and yeah, it has been crushed in. Now I took it to a garage because I couldn't get pressure in the brake pedal, and we tried bleeding the brakes numerous times and just weren't getting anywhere. So I lipped it to a garage because I had a little bit and just enough to get me there. And yeah, I think it was them who is the culprit of this crushed jacking point, I'll call it, just for the ease of this video. Now what I think they've done is they've put the car on a 4-posted ramp, and those posts have gone on each of the corners of the sills, and as a result, yeah, they're not designed for that purpose. They're not designed to have that amount of weight put on them. So that's why you don't jack your car up on that point. You jack it on, as I said, the subframe at that point there, or on the front engine mount. Just that's where all the load goes. Now this is a garage which I haven't used before. I used it on recommendation of people in the local Facebook group where I've done the old, does anyone know of a garage in the local area? And everyone's come back, well, a lot of people have come back and said, yeah, this garage here. So I've gone, happy days, off we go. Anyway, does it look like that they know their way around a classic Golf? Do I call it a classic Golf? Yeah, a classic Golf, a Mk2 Golf. As you may have seen, we also fitted some braided flexi brake lines. They were manufactured by Hell, and what has happened is that one there has actually rubbed on the drive shaft and it perished whilst it was on the MOT and it burst. So yeah, it weed out all of its brake fluid, which isn't particularly ideal. So look at what they've done on this point here. They've caved that right in. I am really pissed off, I'll be honest, because they've done a lot of damage. Oh, that's going to take some repair. Now I'm really cross about this. I'm actually seething about how they have damaged the car and left it in that condition and then not told me about it or anything like that. It's not like it's one of those things that you wouldn't have known. The car would have been going up on the ramp and one of the posts would have just carried on, and the car would have just leant over on one side, or if they were jacking it on a trolley jack, then the jack would have just carried on going as well. So someone will have known. I'm raging actually about it. So I did ring them and said to them, look at the damage that you've done to my car. That's pretty irresponsible, let's be honest. And yeah, they basically denied all responsibility. What they've actually done, he said, well, you know, it's the condition of the car. If the car was in okay condition, then it wouldn't have done that. No, what you've done is you've lifted the car on a point where it's not supposed to be lifted. Anyway, I don't really know how I'm going to prove that it's them. I think I just might have to bite my lip and suck it up really and repair it. So we haven't got a lot of time, but we'll get it done. Now Hell Performance's customer service, they're the ones who provided the brake lines. They have been exceptional. Their customer service has been just second to none. So I rang them to say, look, my car, it's failed its MOT. Under investigation, we've noticed that the flexi brake line was actually in contact with the drive shaft, so it's worn through and it ruptured during the brake test. Now, they've actually come back and said, because I just wanted to order a new part, and they've come back and said, actually no, this is our problem, this is our fault. What we have done is manufactured the line too long, and therefore it's
touched the drive shaft. So yeah, this is our fault. This is a warranty issue. We'll send you out a new part. They've asked me to measure up the length of the brake line, because they said what they normally do is they actually do the standard length and then add a bit on, because it's a conversion part. They've actually asked me to take that measurement, which I've done. I've supplied that to them, and they've said, so that is too long. We will shrink that down by probably 50 mil or so and send me out a new one free of charge. So, I mean, I didn't ask for them to do that. That is amazing customer service. So thank you very much, Hell Performance. To summarise, I need to weld in that new, I'm not going to call it a jacking point because that's not what it is, cup on the sill. And I also need some new brake lines on the front as well, or at least on one side. I do know how to weld. I've welded a long time ago, but you've seen Ben in the other videos, bless him. He's going to come up and fix the horrendous, stupid mistake which that garage has done. So yes, thank you very much, Ben. Hopefully this won't take too long, and hopefully it will be, yeah, it will look as good as new again. It's just a frustrating thing, and it shouldn't have happened. Now, another thing that happened actually after the MOT happened, so technically you could say that it wasn't an MOT failure, but it's gone down on the MOT thing, is when they drove it back out of the MOT bay, it was raining, went to use the wiper, puff of smoke came out from the steering column, and the wipers now don't work. Brilliant. So, new wiper stalk required. Another couple of little things was the side light on the passenger side isn't working. Not quite sure why. It might have just blown on the day, but I did check before leaving and it was working okay, so not sure what's caused that.
Might have vibrated loose or something, couldn't it?
Might have vibrated loose, yeah. And another one is, this is a bit of damage that this car has had pretty much ever since we've had it, which was back in 2009. At the back here, there is supposed to be a piece of trim here, and that got damaged a long time ago, and we took it to another garage and they masticed on the piece of trim. What happens is water gets caught under there and it just rots from the inside out, and as you can see under here it's a bit crusty. Lovely. Poke it with a screwdriver, you can have all sorts of fun and games in there. So yeah, that came as an advisory, so that is something that we also need to do. More bodywork.
Oh, you've only just put her back in the garage to work on that one.
I've been a bit sober. It's like it's like Thomas the Tank Engine, where it gets bricked up in the tunnel.
Oh, Holly. When you park too close to the bush.
Yes. So now we swapped both the cars over again. Poor old Holly, the 16 valve, was back out the garage. It was in for one day. And now it's back out in the elements again. And the black one is back in its rightful place, as it has been for the last nearly a year. Ben is coming over tomorrow. We're going to weld up that bit on the sill there, and when the brake lines arrive, then we can fit them and bleed the system, hopefully, and then fit a new wiper stalk as well, and then we should have an MOT again. Happy days. Now, if you're enjoying what we do and you want to see more of our cars and other people's as well, then please hit that subscribe button, like it as well, share the videos, and that would go a long way. Thank you very much.